Alright, good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel. Um, as of me recording this, it's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope you're having as good of a time as you can, and I hope you're staying safe and everything. But what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing another tier list, but this time we're going to be doing all electric types, and as you can see right here, nothing too special. We have a S, A, B, C, D. But I did add a Pika list. Or, yeah, Pika tier, just because I feel like the Pikachu clones are kind of unique enough to where they deserve their own list. And so I'm just going to, do it as always. I'm thinking about switching it up as like I did from my Dragon tier list, where what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend I'm just going to completely do one section and then move on to the next, and then whenever I'm done, go back and do the reordering and number type deal. So with that being said, we're going to be starting off with the Pika list. Gigantamax, Pikachu, Pichu, Plusle, and Minel. Alright, Pachirisu. Then we got Emolga, Togedemaru, I think. Steel one, I don't know. And then we got more Pico. And then, let's see. That's all of them. I know, you might be asking, why aren't you putting Raichu in there, but you put Pichu in there? Well, honestly, the main reason why I'm doing that is because Raichu, both forms, look different enough from like your standard like Pikachu clone. Like, I get it that it's an evolution. Like Pichu, you look at it that like, okay, that's a baby Pikachu. In my opinion, if you were to look at Raichu without knowing that it evolves from Pikachu, you get the sense like, okay, they look kind of similar just because the Pichu, like the pouches or whatever. But other than that, I don't really, you know, for me, it's not similar enough as opposed to like Pichu and then everything else. Plus, I kind of want to put I would rank them a little bit higher anyways. So that being said, now we're going on to our D tier. D tier, we're gonna have let's see, Magnemite, Magneton, Electro, Electrode, yeah, Electabuzz. Honestly, the only reason I'm putting Electabuzz there is just because it's the design wise, I just don't really care for it. I think it's kind of ugly. It's it's fun, but I just don't really care for the design. Now with Chinchou and Lantern, the reason why they're in D is because I've never really ever used them. Every game that I've ever played, so like Gen 4, I'm always going to bring that up because Heart Gold is my favorite. I never really needed to worry about this because if I wanted a water type, I'd either have Feraligatr as my starter, or I'd end up usually getting like a Gyarados, or more specifically that red Gyarados. So I never really felt the need to catch one and use it. Well, that's why they're in D tier. I never really used them all that much. Let's see, what else can go into D? Alright, so with, I think this is Elagos or Electabuzz, I'm not sure. It's the first two evolutions, more or less the same thing. I've never ever actually used them before, so they're just going to go in D tier by default. Now, the final evolution isn't, just because I actually kind of like it, so it is going to go a little bit higher up. Thundurus, honestly, I think they're referred to as I'm pretty sure the official is like the Gen Trio, or I don't know if that's fan made or not, but I'm putting them both in D just because I don't particularly care for their designs all that much. Alright, same with these two. Again, D tier is, for me, one or two things. One, I don't particularly care for their design, or I never really use them, so I don't I'm not too familiar with them on that much. So that's what the D tier is. Same with this thing, the Ori Calco dancing thingy. And then let's see, Bolton. Honestly, evolving from Yamper into Bolton just kind of disappointing because its eyes terrify the hell out of me. Let's see, is there anything else I can go into D tier before we move on up? See, Pinchurn, it and Pukimuku, I just don't really care for the designs all that much. Then let's see, what else? Anything else? Honestly, we're gonna put Zapdos in there. And if I'm being honest, with all of the out of the legendary birds, Zapdos is the ugliest in my opinion. I don't particularly care for it all that much. I was either I'm mostly an Articuno guy now. It used to be Moltres, but ever since someone pointed out to me that Moltres looks like a burnt rubber chicken, I'm just like, that's all I see. Alright, so with that being said, we're on to actually, you know what? I forgot. Cantonian Raichu goes into D tier as well. Compared to Alolan, it's pathetic, but it's got its places. It can be good. It can be fun, but Alolan is the superior form in my opinion. So now we're on to C tier. Yep, now we're on to C tier. So let's see. We're gonna do Alolan, Geodude, and Golem. Honestly, I think what it is like, I think those are like magnets that is imbued into it, so that's why it gains the electric type. So it's got a little bit of you know, upper hand design wise compared to the Cantonian, Geodude, and Graveler, and just its design. Funny enough, I've never actually used these two specifically because the only time I ever got like Graveler, or the first time I ever got Graveler, was in I think it's Sun, when you trade Pokemon in the floaty tailed, like on Pony Island, where you trade and you finally get that Graveler from that trainer, Veller. That's like the first time I ever actually got to use a Graveler, and he ended up becoming one of my favorites. So C tier, Jolteon. Jolteon's pretty cool. I like its design, but I think I've said this before, and if you watching me, you already know this. I tend to repeat the same things over and over again. But Flaffy, or not Flaffy, but excuse me, I'm still talking about Jolteon. Jolteon, it's not that it's bad. It's not that I hate it or anything. It's just Umbreon, and honestly, Umbreon and Espeon are like my two favorites, with Umbreon being number one. So it's just like the other evolutions, I kind of don't really care for them all that much. Yeah, they're all pretty cool. They're all unique and they're all iconic in my opinion, but they're just not Umbreon or Espeon. In all honesty, if they ever make like a Dragon type evolution, that's probably going to end up becoming my favorite over Umbreon anyways. But until that happens, Umbreon's number one, then Espeon, and then it goes down from there. Next up is Flaffy. Now, I'll try to have this linked up below, or up top or something. But I mentioned in my Johto favorite Pokemon from Johto that Ampharos is one of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 2. The only thing about Flaffy though is just that when it goes from a blue skinned sheep to pink to yellow, it's just, you kind of get the feeling with Mareep to Ampharos, it kind of makes sense, but then it evolves into this, which is one of those things. It's just like if you were to take Flaffy, if you put all three of those together, or not all together, because if they're next to each other, you're going to assume that they're related somehow. But I feel like if you put Flaffy somewhere down here and you had Mareep and Ampharos, the only thing that would make you think that they're related is the little ball on the end of their tail. But other than that, at least with Mareep, you have the same colored horns and everything like that all over, like in its tail and everything. And with Flaffy, it's just pink and blue, pink and black. I don't know. It's weird to me that it goes from that to that to that. So that's why it's going in C tier. Raikou, I don't know. Either way, this is going in C tier as well. Of the legendary beast, Raikou is probably third, but that's just because the only thing he ever really got was that one specific anime episode, Pokemon Journeys, I think, where they actually kind of followed some of the video game characters, like they followed Ethan and everything, and he had an episode in it. Suicune got a movie and a game, and Tay got probably what is, in my opinion, one of the best Pokemon movies ever. But I'm also kind of biased because when it comes to the games, I love almost every single generation for different amount of reasons. When it comes to the show, I kind of dropped off right in the probably mid Gen 4, so the Diamond and Pearl game or Diamond and Pearl series. I tried watching Black and White, Best Wishes, Iris. And I know it's popular to hate her in it, but it's just that's kind of like when I just like, nah, I'm good. Heard good things about the Kalos and Sun and Moon, and I've heard some pretty good things about the latest one that's on Netflix, so I need to go and check that out. But either way, that's the only reason why Raiku's there. Is just like he hasn't had enough outside of the games for me to actually like, okay, this is really cool. Next up, we've got, honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and put Electrike, Manectric, and the two Megas in here. It's not that, again, when it comes to Megas, only one I ever really use is Mega or like starter. So the Gen 3 remakes, any of the starters, because you get the Mega Stone, and then the Cantonian starters. That's the only ones I ever really use the Megas for. Design wise, they're actually pretty cool. I like that. Ampharos gets, he gets the hair, and I think he becomes a dragon type as well. I think so. Manectric, he just becomes a giant, more Thunderbolt, more designed. Electrike and Manectric, good choices. I really enjoy them. I really love them, especially in hoeing games. Like, I'll use them for a while. But other than that, I mean, they're C tier for me. It's not, again, C tier for me is your average. Then D is below average, and then the Pikalis is its own thing. Let's see, we're still in C tier. I know I'm bouncing around from generations and everything, but C tier, Elekid. Like its design, it's definitely better than Electabuzz in my opinion. I just like how it looks like an outlet. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to be doing, you're not a Pika. We're going to be doing all the Rotom forms. The only reason why Rotom is this high up, and it's not technically a form that you can use in the games like in battle, but the Rotom decks and everything, specifically in Alola, was really, really intuitive in my opinion. Or not intuitive, but it was just really fun because it ended up becoming like a character of its own. And like, I know this is going to sound weird, but at the end of the game, it's like you felt like you'd become friends with this Rotom Dex. Charjabug, I'm okay with putting that in C tier. I used it during my playthrough and Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun, or Moon and Ultra Moon, because those are the only two I played. But my issue is that you can only get it to evolve into Vikavolt all the way at the end of the game in the Vast Pony Canyon because that's where the electrical current's at, and man, was that annoying. That's so it's just I like it. It's like a bug battery bus thing. It's adorable. Just look at it. But other than that, I just that's the main reason why it's in C tier. It's just the fact that you had to carry it through almost the entire half of the game, for most of the game, for it to finally evolve. I think they fixed it in Ultraman where you could do it at the power plant or something, but that's a little too late for me. So we're gonna put Art to Vault, I think, and C tier, and we're also gonna put Yamper in there as well. Yamper, it's adorable. The main reason why I never caught it is just because it's adorable. I like its design, heart shaped, but design wise, and like I never really used it in the in Sword because I think I found out what it evolved into, and I was just like, I don't want to use that, and I ended up getting a better electric type later on. So it's just I was like, okay, I'm good. Let's see, C tier. Yeah, this thing I'm okay with putting it in. We'll put it right there. I'm okay with putting this one in C tier. Again, like it's pre-evolutions. I never really ever used it, but I like its design, and I remember its sprite from memory actually looking pretty cool from Gen 5. You know, the animated sprites and everything. So we're gonna put that right there. And we're gonna put Regieleki in there as well. I picked Regidrago. Like its design, but other than that, the Regis I don't particularly care for them all that much. So I'm okay with that being in C tier. Let's see. All right, so now we're on to yep. That's everything for C tier, and we're gonna be moving on to B tier. Joltik. It's adorable. I'm terrified of spiders, so if this was real, I would probably hate it. But in the games, just look at its little face. That looks like what is it? I don't know what it is, but that little spider channel or whatever, that little cartoon spider, it looks like that, and it's adorable. So it's in B tier. Alright, so we're going to be putting the Shinx, is it Luxio, and then Luxray, and to B tier as well. I think they're a really great design, and I used them whenever, I know for a fact that I used it whenever I played through Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. But again, I'll be the first to admit this, personal biases side, I don't really have too many fond memories with it of using it because I only played through those games maybe once or twice. I'm okay with B tier. It's adorable. I can't remember it. Zebramon is adorable. Electric type, really good. I enjoy it. Let's see. Tapu Koko, and Zerkatry, I think. I have to go against Milan in Showdown. I'm still working out details for future video, but I have to go against these two a lot, and man, are they annoying. But you know, design wise, they're actually pretty cool. Tapu Koko, just really fun personality. I like how he's just like doing like that little dance fighting thing where he's just moving around, very just really fun. Zerkatry, I'm sorry, I know it's an Ultra Beast, so its design's pretty fucking cool. I like it. Let's see. Zeraora, I B tier. But same thing as the other two. I go against it a lot on Showdown, so it's kind of annoying me. But it's fun, and I enjoy it. Yeah, I think that's it for B tier. So now we're on to A tier. A tier, we're going to be putting Toxel. Okay, that's weird. Toxel, That's adorable. Just look at it. That poison electric, you know, pretty good. It's got a 4 times ground weakness, but I enjoy it. Gigantamax, toxicity. Honestly, the Gigantamaxes are the G-Max forms are actually kind of fun. I enjoy them. I like how he has both the amped and low key aura behind him. And other than that, don't there's fun. Dracavolt, I think I've been again preferring to Showdown. I've been using him recently, and he's actually really a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying him. I really am enjoying him. Zekrom, yeah, Zekrom, yeah, it's Zekrom. Watch it end up being Reshiram. Electric Dragon, really great design. Really like I always played the games he ran, so I think it was Black and Black 2. I just really enjoyed him. Some Mon, but I think they're I enjoy more other. Vikavolt is an A tier for me. Again, the only reason why it's not an S tier is just because it's a really good Mon. I really enjoy it, but the main reason why I'm not putting it in S tier is again just because of that gap between getting it to where it can evolve from Charjabug. So I'm just like, oh come on now. And so it's just that's on it, but design wise and everything else, that's the only reason why I'm putting it. It's an A tier. And then let's see. We're gonna put Zebstriker up here as well. The reason why Zebstriker is up here is because the one thing that I remember is that this was like my first, I think, ever legit shiny, or at least someone that I remember vividly. And I'm not counting the red Gyarados because everybody has a red Gyarados. But I just remember it was the first one I got, and I remember transferring up to X one day. I got a copy in X, and it was a used copy, and it had a ton of cool mods there. Like I remember Victini being in there and everything like that. So I transferred it up there, and then I remember one time I left it on a side table, and my dog got up there and chewed up the cartridge, and I was very, very upset. So unfortunately, he is no longer with us. May he rest in peace. But he's an A tier just because he was like my first ever legit shiny. Magnezone can go in there as well. Compared to Magnemite and Magneton, its design is a lot more cooler in my opinion. I think I've used it once or twice, like as a Rentenmont, and I've really enjoyed it. But I haven't actually gone out captured a Magnemite, Magneton myself to evolve it into a Magnezone, so I don't want to put it in S tier for that reason. Where Mareep, definitely better design than Flaffy, but it's not quite S tier for me. But don't tell me that you wouldn't want to hug that. And Galvantula again. Bug Electric. I have a couple on here. I really like it. I always try to use it as much as I can in Unova. I also admit that it's one of those things that I use it until I feel like I need to switch it out. And with Galvantula, that's that's a possibility. I'm okay with him being an A tier. That's not one of my favorites, but I do really enjoy it. Like I said, this is like the first Graveler I ever got to actually use, and he's pretty cool. Veller, can't go wrong. Now on to S tier. Electric Psychic, Alolan Raichu. It's adorable. It's really good, really strong. So like again, leagues better than Raichu, regular Raichu, and it's a hill I am willing to die on. Ampharos, S tier. Electivire. Now I only recently started using Electivire again on Showdown. I know again if you're subscribed to me, I'm going to repeat the same stuff over and over and over again. But Electivire Showdown, really good. I'm really enjoying him. So much fun playing with him. And then, all right, so I'm putting both forms of toxicity on here, but I'm gonna put him first, just due to the fact that that's the form that I got whenever my Toxel evolved, and so I'm just more familiar with. I think this is Loki and this is Amped. I think is the actual term names for it, but I got Loki first, and honestly, I kind of like it a little bit more just because I think that for me the blue and the purples, like, just they're they fit together well enough, but they contrast differently enough, if that makes any sense. So it's just yeah, I'm okay with that being S tier, and looks like we have everything. Now, looks like we got everything put on here. Now we're gonna go through and going through each individual tier and rank them. Um, I'm okay with the S tier. S tier is in order: Alolan Raichu, Ampharos, Electivire, and then Toxtricity. G-Max can go right there for the time being. Magnezone, just due to the sole fact that I never actually caught it. I trained one. That's the main reason why I'm putting it in D tier. I never really used it in like the mainline games all that much. And if you're asking, I dressed up as Santa, so I sprayed my entire face with silver hairspray. It's a pain in the ass. It's probably going to take another couple washes to get all this shit out. Yeah, Mareep's going to be first just because that's adorable with like his little tongue out like that, but so fluffy. Well, like I said, I've been using this on Showdown a lot. It's definitely becoming like a staple of this team that I'm working on. I get what they were going for with the fossil designs in this gen. Like, it's making fun of the fact that the British Empire just put fossils together to come up with new dinosaurs that didn't ever really exist, but it's still so fucking ugly. I can't get over it. And yeah, Veller, Zekrom, Striker, Oxel, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with A tier. We got Mareep, Toxel, Vikavolt, Zipstriker, Zekrom, G-Max Toxtricity, Galvantula, Veller, Dragavolt, Magnezone. B tier. Honestly, okay, I'm okay with B tier. Now we're going on to C tier. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I'm okay with C tier. We got Raikou, Flaffy, Chargebug, Jolteon, Geodude. Excuse me. We got whatever. We got these two. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but we got Graveler and Geodude, Mega, Electabuzz, something, Elekid, Yamper, Manectric line, Rotom, and its forms with microwave, fridge, or freezer, washer, fan, mower, Regieleki, and then Arctivolt. As much as I don't like its design, I need these, yeah. Honestly, these four need to be like, they need to be in the middle for me, just because, yeah, I kind of like mons that are based off of items. I think that they have their place. I think they have their purpose. So, being like screws, magnets and everything, and then being Pokeballs. Yeah, I'm okay with this kind of being like the buffer. They're like, yeah, I'm okay with this. Oh. Actually, yeah, I like that more. That's pretty cool. That's, I like that. I like because like I like how in the games it used to be like you got to pick it up. You're just like, please don't be a Voltorb, please don't be a Voltorb, and it's a Voltorb. What I didn't like is the fact that if you go to do it, it ended up being like a Electrode. Like, I wish like it's just like, come on now, just cut me some slack. And then Bolton can go. Bolton can go here. You know what? zapped it bolted as much as I don't particularly care for it. It definitely deserves to be more than Zapdos. And then I'm gonna put him there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm good with this. Now on to the Pika list. G-Max Pika. The only good thing about it is just like how deep its voice gets. It's like or whatever. Other than that, I just don't really care for it. Plusle and Minel, I'm putting them right above G-Max just because they're, at least with the others, you can kind of get away with them using them in a single battle. And these two, you need to have one. You need to have both if you're gonna use them. That can go down here. Oh no, it's just something about it, the coloring of it, and then it's just like it's 4 whiskers coming out of its pouch. It just doesn't. It's just weird to me. I don't know what, I can't remember what his name. I think this is Togedemaru, and this is something I don't know. Honestly, I kind of don't really care. But Steel Electric, good typing. I like its design. Pachirisu. Gonna go down here. I'm switch you two around. Yeah, Pikachu's first just because it's the original. It's deserving of it. Pichu. Honestly, main reasons why it's there. Smash Brothers. Pretty cool. Pretty fun. And then everything down here. Yeah. And this is the tier list for the electric types. As always, like with the last tier list, I'm going to have the link to this down below. So if you wanted to rank yours, also follow me on, make your own list. Follow me on Twitter, tag me in your list. That way we can, see what it is. What do you think of this list? Are there some choices that, as always, I want to try to have some sort of discussion going, so it's not just me talking, no matter how much I love to hear my own self talk. Do you like my list? Is there like maybe 1 or 2 things that you would switch around? Whatever it is, just let me know down below. And with that being said, that's the end of the video. I want y'all to have a fantastic day, and I will see y'all later.